of Around the Block Industry Talk with Mr. Rittik Das. So my name is Supriya and I'm from Information Data Systems. I'll be your host for this exciting discussion on the latest trends and insight in blockchain industry. So Around the Block Industry Talk facilitates a dynamic platform where founders, representatives, and influential personalities in the blockchain space share their expertise and cultivate valuable connection. So please join me in welcoming our distinguished guest, Mr. Rittik Das, founder of FilmFinance.App, a platform merging filmmaking with blockchain technology. Rittik's diverse background in media, fashion, food, and events, combined with his passion for film and DeFi, drives his vision to democratize film financing for independent filmmakers. So, without further ado, let's dive into our discussion. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Rittik Das. To hello, sir. Hi.
Hello.
So, Rittik, could you please provide an overview of Film Finance App and its mission? What inspired you to create a platform that combines filmmaking and blockchain technology?
Mm, Certainly. FilmFin, as you said, Film Finance as is basically designed to make the film industry much more democratized so that we all know the film industry, it is a world society, right? Everyone doesn't get to be a part of it.
Correct,
And
correct.
so that is why we are coming in and we are trying to build something where if someone have the willingness to be a part of it, if they want to see inside that world, they have a glimpse of it through our platform. So basically, that's what we are trying to do. And the problems that filmmakers has as of now are basically
Mhm.
for funding and the distribution. So these are the
Okay.
two main aspects that a filmmaker or a artist who is like not
Mhm.
only a filmmaker, like writers and everyone goes through
Everybody.
through this problem
Mhm.
of getting funds for their project, and after the project is made, how to distribute that, like in which media to distribute it for better profit and everything, right?
Correct.
So that is where
Yes.
the problem lies at this moment. So we are trying to solve it by democratizing it. So as you all
Great.
know, if more people comes in, more ideas come in, more
Correct.
things can happen. So
Absolutely.
we want to open the doors to everyone.
And what inspired you to start this initiative?
Yeah, so basically, as we all know from our childhood, like if you have to go into an industry, if you have to do something, we are taught
Hmm.
that we have to earn a degree in it, right? So it's similarly
Ah,
I went
correct.
and I was flabbergasted by the glamour world and the entertainment world
Okay.
since childhood.
Hmm.
So I
Okay.
went on
Great.
to get a media science degree, and
Okay.
that's where I fell in love with filmmaking, and I wanted to be a filmmaker. And it was something like, as you can say, like one fine morning I woke up, I want to be a filmmaker. I'm a filmmaker now, right?
Hmm.
But soon after, I started to understand what are the problems of being an independent filmmaker. So
Hmm.
this is, even who is not a filmmaker and not into this will know this, that this industry is not skill based. This industry is networking based. The more people you
Correct.
know,
Yeah.
the more things would happen for you, more doors will
Yes.
open for you.
Correct.
And
Correct.
eventually a little of that I have picked up, but I was very bad at communicating and networking with people when I was in college.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about myself in this because I don't believe myself to be a that good filmmaker who didn't get the money, that's why I didn't succeed. But I have seen my friends do so. Like they were really
Mm-hmm.
talented, but they didn't know how to go and ask for money to people and
Huh.
say that that their
They need
project
funds.
is
Mm.
worth investing on, right?
Huh. Correct.
But
Correct.
we knew the project, what were they doing and everything, and we were really hoping that it would come out in the market and we would love seeing that, and that person would also get recognition for the hard work and passion he has for his work, right?
Correct.
But it
Mm.
didn't happen, and I've seen that multiples of time. So at that point of time, being a kid, the thought that
Mm.
came to me was, let's start business. I'll do my own business. The money I get from my business, I'll make movies
Yeah.
out of those, and no one can say
Correct.
anything about it.
Yeah.
So I
Mm-hmm.
dove into the in business world, and as you know, once you go into an industry and you start working, you
Mm.
all your dreams and everything gets back a little, right? So
Correct.
similarly,
Correct.
the same thing was
Agree.
happening to me, and I was
Mm-hmm.
into business and investments. I was doing a cloud kitchen business at that time. I was
Okay.
doing, I was into fashion. I was selling clothes. right? So these are the
Mhm.
thing I was doing. But even though I was making at least a few amount of money, that was enough for me to make films. But the time and everything's it doesn't happen, right?
Correct.
So I was very sad at that time, and I was looking for something new to put my mind into. And that's
Mhm.
where I came to know about blockchain. And
Okay.
as because that time I was doing business and I was in investments as well. So
Uh-huh.
blockchain piqued my curiosity. And there's
Okay.
something called a Bitcoin, and I didn't understand what Bit as I'm not a
Okay.
technical person, I didn't understand what
Mhm.
Bitcoin was. I understood it was
Mhm.
an internet money.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I started learning about it and everything. It was back on my mind. But in 2017,
Okay.
when
Okay.
DeFi came into the market, I understood that okay, this is not just Bitcoin. Bitcoin is just like email,
Hmm.
and the internet is what the blockchain is. So
Blockchain
that
is.
many things would be there coming out over here. So
Hmm.
as I said, I wasn't a technical person. It took me a long time to understand all those things, how it works, how
Hmm.
this system is. So I
Hmm.
started investing small amounts of money from my pocket to different DeFi projects to understand how
Okay.
DeFi projects works. I
Okay.
lost all my money. None of them
Okay.
I made money from there. But I understood what the technology can bring in. So
Okay.
we have seen,
Mm-hmm.
for example, we have seen NFTs. Like in the very
Correct.
first when NFTs came out, people were buying it, and many people didn't understand why people are buying this,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
So a technology is as useful till the time people can use it, right? If a people, if the masses can't use it, the technology
Use.
doesn't have any value, even if it's
Correct.
a good technology, right?
Yes.
So that's where my thought came in that okay, 1% of the world understands NFTs and they are willing
Correct.
to put money in the NFTs for the art. But
Correct.
if we transcend that to our Web2 world, how many billionaires or how many millionaires do you think invest in art other than
Hmm.
tax purposes? Everyone not is
Hmm.
not
Yeah.
interested in
Correct.
buying the Mona Lisa painting, right? So everyone, so we need to find out something where we can derive that value from it. Right.
Correct.
So that's when it came, like in all the DeFi projects, I saw that we were giving money. That money was going in one fund pool, and then the project was doing something with that pool of funds, right? Either they were trading with it or they were doing something with it, right? Some were doing scams and right out lying to us, and they are doing
Correct.
nothing about it, right? So then I thought, what if this money comes to a pool and a
Oh.
filmmaker uses this to make the film, and then the film will get out, the film will get money, and we can bring this money back to the pool, and whoever has put money in the
Investor,
pool
they will get
can get back the money, right?
one.
The only
Hmm.
thing is that unlike those DeFi projects, we have to be true and do all those things, because although we understand that this is a decentralized market, but we need a centralization to some aspects, because as I've said in another interview of mine,
Hmm.
DeFi and this decentralized world is like the wild, wild west of America long back ago, like before the railway lines were put in. So everyone cannot be a cowboy. You need strength, you need a lot of things to become a cowboy. You need courage, a lot of things, right?
Correct.
So
Absolutely.
everyone cannot
Yeah.
be a cowboy, and back then one wasn't a cowboy. So
Correct.
similarly, like today, everyone won't be a DeFi person who can do everything on their own. They need to learn it. So they need a
Learn.
hand
That's
holding.
right. Hmm.
And that is the reason Binance is so successful right now.
Hmm.
Because even though we want a place where we can do everything, we still want someone else to be accountable for our actions. Right? That's the human
Yes.
psychology. And the world cannot run only on the aspect of technology and everything. We have to take in consideration the psychology part of it, of people, how they will use it and how they will take it as. Like
Hmm.
even today, as because cryptocurrency is the first product of blockchain,
Blockchain.
the the stigma is still there, right? If something else would have been, the stigma
Hmm.
wouldn't have been there. Just because the
Hmm.
first thing that came out involves making money. People didn't throw out email because that didn't take money from their pocket.
Correct.
That's why they
Hmm.
accepted it and said, let's see if it works, if it doesn't work, what it is. But once people understand that people can scam you, you always go out of, like, go far away as
Yeah.
you can.
Stay away from it. Yeah, that's the mentality. Correct.
And this is why film finance came to my mind, that we
Hmm.
won't be doing this. And people didn't understand, right, where this money, DeFi money was. Most of the many of the people, even if I talk about the only people who invest in DeFi, 100% of them don't understand it. They are like, okay, this is a place I can I can lose this money, so I'll put this money here. What if this goes up? People are
Hmm.
saying this
Hmm.
is good.
Hmm.
Let's invest in that.
That's
So I wanted a project where people can understand and make it. Yes, if that film
yeah.
would work or not, that is a different issue. That is a different aspect of it. But it's not something that you have to learn from the beginning, right?
Correct.
A film's story, if you like it, you'll invest in it. If you like the way the filmmaker is working. If you don't like it, you won't invest in it, right?
Correct.
There's a clear-cut
Absolutely.
way where you can take your decisions on this is happening. Okay, I want, like, just like in the stock market, right? If you don't like
Hmm.
what a steel company is doing, you'll buy stock of another steel company if
Another.
that person
Yes.
does it right.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
similar
Hmm.
like that. We want to be like a stock exchange for the
Hmm.
filmmakers, where every filmmaker's project is like a stock and people can come in and reap the rewards from it.
That's a very easy way of making people understand what you're doing. Thank you so much. So, when was it established and where are you operating from right now?
Yeah. So our team is like all over the country, but we are
Okay, nice.
established here in Calcutta. Headquarters is in Calcutta. My CTO is from CTO and co-founder. We have three co-founders.
Okay, okay.
I started off with the idea. I started off
Mhm.
writing in LinkedIn and everywhere. So then from LinkedIn, I got my co-founders. This is something, a magical social media story I can tell later on in my life. Like, I got my co-founders from LinkedIn, and one is from Orissa but resides in Bangalore. His name is
Mhm.
Om Prakash, and
Okay.
Om Prakash Behra. And the other
Hmm.
person is our CTO and our co-founder. Her name is Divya. She is from Kerala.
Okay. That's nice. That's nice. So, how does Film Finance unique model of tokenization film asset work? And could you explain the process and benefit that both filmmaker and investors get?
Hmm. So, as you understand, there are two
Yes.
aspects of it, right?
Hmm.
Filmmakers and investors. So, let me start off with the investors one. Uh,
Okay.
for the investors, it's sorry, for the filmmakers one, right?
Okay.
For the
Okay.
filmmakers, it's very easy because just like they use Kickstarter to crowdfund their project, any crowdfunding app that they have used or they can research out there, this works exactly like that. You are asking
Okay.
money to the crowd, and if the crowd likes your project, they would invest in it. If the crowd doesn't, they won't invest in it. And
Hmm.
through that, you can initially also understand if this your film, people doesn't like it, that means even if the film is made, 50% of the chances that film people won't like it. You also get an overview of if your story is good enough or if you have to change anything, things like this. And for in crowdfunding, what happens is you do not have to knock your doors to the right places and the high places where you like getting an access to is a first of all a difficult thing. Secondly, you have to, they will give you like 5 minutes or 10 minutes where you have to understand the whole thing that you're thinking,
Hmm.
right? If you don't have connection, if you have connections, you'll get 2 hours, 3 hours, or many doors will open for you. But
Hmm.
our thought process came out from the part that a filmmaker has the passion and has learned it, right? Maybe to that like as much as like what a person who has no connection can do, he can go and study about it. After that, there are no doors for him apart from communicating, right? He has to go out and work
Correct.
with people and things like that. So we wanted something where like we all understand in this world, what we are getting is we want to talk to less people as much as possible. That's why we go to shops less and buy in Amazon and Flipkart. We don't want to
Hmm.
communicate. If chats
Yeah.
and yeah is fine, but we don't want to communicate with people out there,
Correct.
right? That's where the world is heading towards. So
Yes.
filmmakers are extrovert to begin with. If they
Hmm.
could have, if that wasn't the problem, they could have raised money anyhow, right?
Hmm.
That's the problem this with artistic people. I'm not only talking about this project. The idea I have can be used in music NFTs, can be used in for events as well. Someone who is making events can do it. Like a pool of people gives them money to make an event of say suppose Arijit Singh or Sonu Nigam, and and then make another set of NFTs for selling the tickets. And after
Correct.
selling the tickets, the money that comes in can be given back to the people who has made the event happen, right? So this can be done in every aspect. So this is what we are trying to do. And as we understand that it is very difficult for filmmakers to go out, for independent filmmakers, not someone who is a veteran. For independent filmmakers to go out and make these connections and make understand, just like in what to say, jobs, it happens like everyone wants the person with experience, but no one is willing to give them the experience. So this
Correct.
cycle, so this is where film finance can help this people, so they can say, okay, I've made a film, I have experience. So this is how it will help them. That's the
Great.
hope.
Let's move ahead with another question. So, how does Film Finance? Wait, just a second. How does the secondary market for film token trading operate on Film Finance app, and what opportunity does it create for film enthusiasts?
Uh, So let me give you an example.
Hmm.
For example, a movie, someone came, Imtiaz Ali, or someone came in and wants to make a film, right? And that and they have given a timeline of, a film is not made in one day, right? That person has to make the script. After making the script, that person has to take cast the actors according to the script is written. Then the production will start. Then the post production will start. Then the distribution will start. So there's a lot of phases, right? So uh, just 1 minute. The
Yeah,
screen went
sure,
black.
sure.
The
Okay,
screen, the screen went black.
it's okay.
Yeah. Right.
Hmm.
So as you see, there are various steps. What will happen? Just think of it as a stock market, right? In the stock market, what happens is a company decides on
Hmm.
the annual general meeting what will the company be doing in the next year, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
after 3 months or 4 months, you can understand that. Like they have said that in 3 months we'll do this, in 6 months we'll do this, in 9 months we'll do this. So after 3 months, you'll have an idea, right? If they have done what they have said or not, right? So if these things happen, generally what happens is the stock prices goes up, and if that doesn't happen, the stock prices goes down.
Cool.
So this is what we are trying to do. Like once the tokens are out there, the investors should not wait till the film is made if that person wants to liquidate his or her
Hmm.
investment beforehand, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
for example, a filmmaker comes out, tokenizes his film. He says that this is the film I want to make. This is the story I have. This is how I want to make it. This is the This is the scriptwriter I want to take in. This is the actors I want to take in, right? So this is,
Hmm.
he has gave out this campaign, put out this campaign. People are seeing this and putting, who believes in that is putting in the money, right? So after 3 months, if he cannot secure that uh, script writer whom he has said, so he is not, either two things will happen. Either he cannot secure that artist, or he has secured that artist but not in that timeline. Maybe he has
Yeah.
taken some more time, right?
More time.
In both the scenarios, people will start losing their what to say, hope in that, right? So
Hmm.
so the price would come down of it. People want to sell it, like, okay, iska kuch ho nahi sakta, let's maybe we'll have to sell it off, right? So
Hmm.
this demand will be driven from the actions of the film, just like the demand is driven from the actions of a company. Of course,
Correct.
psychological part, the market psychology would be there, but that's not the only thing. If
Hmm.
someone is bringing in Shah Rukh Khan for securing Shah Rukh Khan for the film, people would know that this movie is gonna make money, right?
Yeah.
So people will start buying it. So at that point of time, the token price would go up. So what is happening is someone who is invested the money very early on can take out the money when it's said that this actor has been secured. His money
Hmm.
has gone up. For example, he has bought it for 50 rupees or 500 rupees, and it has gone up to 700 rupees. But
Hmm.
the film is still not made yet, and he has, the investor is already making money. This generally doesn't happen in the in traditional sense, right? In the traditional
Correct.
sense, the film has to make the money to get the money back. Here
Yes.
we are
Yes.
trying to create a secondary market so that the investors can uh, sell and buy these tokens as he see fit. For example, someone might not be comfortable to put in the money in the very beginning, and they want to put in when a superstar is secured, right?
Correct.
So that's why this secondary market is there. Someone whose risk appetite is much more, they would come in much earlier.
Mhm.
Someone who wants surety in profits would come in much later, right?
Yeah,
So
understood.
that's what this is there. And
Thank you so much.
I'm trying to keep this as less technical as possible because all the
Yes, for
students
a,
will not be
yeah,
technical students.
yes, yes, yes. They should easily understand the concepts and the plan that you have in your mind, that what you are executing it should be. And thank you so much for explaining in such a beautiful manner. Moving ahead, so what is your vision coming in next 5 years, and where do you see film finance coming time?
Okay. In my mind, that's a fairy tale, what I'm thinking.
Okay,
But
hope that happens. Definitely.
yeah, we want to make an ecosystem, not just a funding place. Okay.
Okay.
What we
Hmm, hmm,
what
hmm.
as I told you, the main two problems are funding and distribution. So
Correct.
a filmmaker's problem starts off with, how can I make, I don't have money, how do I get this? Okay. But
Hmm,
this depends on the level of financial background that person is belonging from. For example,
correct.
I had the money to make two films. Okay, after that, I didn't have the money to make it. For someone, that might be one film. For someone, that might be five films. Right. But that they're taking money from their parents or friends and making it. Right. But
Hmm,
if
hmm,
suppose I'm talking about a very rich person, hmm, he has made 15 films. But
hmm.
after making that film, if that film is not shown to anyone, if that film is not making money, even that person would say, why am I making the money? After all, even it's not for money. A filmmaker makes the film so that a lot of people sees it. I want my film
Correct.
to be seen by a lot of
Visible.
people,
Ah,
right?
hmm,
Visibility of my film.
hmm.
And that is much more difficult than finding the fund. People won't believe that, but that is much more difficult.
Yeah, correct.
So that is where our thought is, that we want a place where a filmmaker would come in, they will make a campaign, people will people who believes in their projects will fund them. This fund, after that fund is raised, the filmmaker will make the film and release the film in our OTT platform. We
Okay.
are trying to get build one in the
Okay.
future, not now, in the future. People can come and see those platform was films in these platforms.
Mhm.
And something different that I want in this platform is, have seen that when we see IPL, we are
Mhm.
watching it, not IPL is from Geo. Let me give you something else. uh, when we were watching the World Cup, we were watching it in Hotstar, right? I'm
Correct.
talking about the football World
Uh,
Cup. We
mhm.
were watching it in Hotstar, and we paid for the Hotstar, right? It's not that the
Uh,
Hotstar was free. And still then we were watching ads in between, in Cricket World
correct.
Cup and
Correct. Yeah.
everything.
Mm.
We paying the money and still not like Netflix. Netflix doesn't show ads, right?
Correct.
So, and this is not something new. When we have cable TV,
And
there also
also,
we have for them, and still we are paying with our attention, right? So our thought was, so how this happens is, if you talk about YouTube, what YouTube does is, you take YouTube takes the money. For example, the company is Gillette, right?
mm,
YouTube takes the money from Gillette, keeps it for themselves, and gives it a little portion to the creator who has channel,
correct.
from whose channel the ad is being shown,
Add as
right?
well.
What we are doing is, we are dividing that money from Gillette into three parts. We are keeping it,
Okay.
we are giving it to the creator, like the filmmaker whose a film
Mhm.
is being shown, and we are giving it as watch to earn to the people who are watching those
Okay.
ads.
They are rewarding them for
Yeah,
watching. Correct.
yeah,
Yeah.
for their attention. This is
Uh-huh.
also not something new. What we are building, um, people always try to project as we are building something new. This a wonderful thing that we have done. We are not
Mhm.
reinventing the wheel. We are not doing anything new. All what is there, we are just bringing everything together,
In
and
one piece.
for the film industry, so that it's easier for the people to navigate through it.
Great.
So,
Yeah. This is pretty
uh,
interesting. That's really nice. And moving ahead, if someone has query related to film finance, if someone wants to reach out to you, how they can involve with you? Maybe if they want to work with you in your project, how can they reach out to you?
Um, they can reach out to me via LinkedIn. That's the most active I am. Uh,
Great. Okay.
uh, I can share with you guys a QR code.
Yeah.
You can show it to the people,
Sure.
and
Sure. Sure.
they can connect with me. There, they will find the website and everything related to film finance would be there. The website is there. The LinkedIn group is there. Page is there, and my profile would also be there. So reach out to
Okay.
me anywhere you want. Just write Rittik Das and Film Finance in Google. You'll find a lot of things. Just drop me a message. I reply to 99% of my messages. Until
That's
and unless they are selling me something.
you definitely reply then.
Yeah.
So our students will definitely reach out to you, Ritik. And is there anything else that you would like to share? Maybe a piece of advice to the budding entrepreneur students?
Yeah. First and foremost, if you're doing something, never lose hope and believe in yourself. The world is out there to prove that you cannot do something because they cannot. And this should not go inside your head while you're building your dream, right? So this is the foremost thing. Everything else, I can say a lot of things. You can pick up this skill, that skill, but ultimately that those things doesn't matter because each and every skill that you would require for your particular dream is very specific to you. And I cannot comprehend until and unless I walk in your path that what needs to be done. And skills are something. Uh, is not that you have you have the skills. Timing is more important than skills in this world. Um, I know the things I'm saying um, are not generally the things people say out loud, but these are the things. How do I put it? You have to show up every day, and eventually you'll be rewarded. Consistency is the key. Like you don't have to be
Absolutely.
perfect. Everyone says I had the problem with this with myself. Like if something wasn't perfect, I wouldn't show it to people or I wouldn't put it out, right? And this has held me back years of my life. I would have been much more far ahead if I just showed people things because people don't care if it's perfect. People just care, okay, he's doing it.
At least he's doing it.
Yeah,
Yes, if
that's the
you're
thing.
doing correct, correct.
uh,
This we can take away. Like if you show up every day, you connect with people, definitely someone will look
yeah,
up to you and no, just a second.
yeah.
Great session with you, Ritik, today. So now I would like to invite our audience to join us using the QR code displayed on the screen. For any queries, as Ritik told you, that you can reach out to LinkedIn. We will also showcase display his QR code here in the corner. I request you to join our Discord community and don't forget to follow us on all social media for more such around the block session. Thank you so much, Ritik. It's like we are really grateful to have you here. You have shared a lot of insightful information about film finance, and we hope everyone who is watching this session right now found this very informative and engaging. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Take care of yourself. Thank you.
Thank you so much.